I give the floor to the representative of Lebanon.
Thank you, sir. At the outset, allow me, Mr. Chairman, to recognize your effective stewardship of this Council during this month. I would also like to acknowledge your predecessor, the distinguished permanent representative of Uganda, for his leadership in assuming the presidency of this Council in July. In a few days, Mr. President, it will be the third anniversary of the adoption of Security Council Resolution 1701. In these 3 years, the Lebanese government reiterated time and again its commitment to the full implementation of said resolution in its entirety and to working closely with UNIFIL. Today, my government would like first and foremost to thank all members of this august council for their decision to renew for another year UNIFIL's mandate without amendments in its mission, the rules of engagement, or the concept of operations as per the request of my government. Having been the victims of repeated Israeli aggressions since the 1978 invasion, which led to Security Council Resolution 425 and the creation of the first UNIFIL, I am sure you realize how important for all Lebanese your decision of this day is. Allow me also to take this opportunity to praise UNIFIL for its remarkable work in close coordination and cooperation with the Lebanese army, to commend the wise leadership of General Graziano, its commander, and to thank all troop contributing countries as well as the Department of Peacekeeping Operations. Mr. Chairman, 3 years after its adoption, we need, however, to acknowledge the fact that Resolution 1701 has still not been fully implemented. This is not only because Israel continues to breach the blue line and to violate Lebanese airspace on a daily basis, as stated by the Secretary General in his latest report on the implementation of Resolution 1701. It's also because Israel continues to refuse to withdraw from the northern part of Al-Gajar. And it's also because the issue of the Shib'a farms and Kfar Hills has not found its way yet towards a solution, even on an interim basis as earlier proposed by the Lebanese government. And how not to mention, in this context, the operation of the Israeli spy networks, which we have been briefed about by Mr. Michael Williams on July 8th. Don't they constitute a serious violation of Lebanon's sovereignty and consequently contribute to undermine Security Council Resolution 1701? Given all these undisputable facts, I am sure you have no doubt about the identity of the party which must be held responsible for obstructing the full implementation of Resolution 1701. More disturbing, however, is the fact that Israeli officials have recently been launching a series of alarming threats against Lebanon, which raise serious concerns about Israeli intentions. Wouldn't it be enough here to mention the words of Israel's Defense Minister, Ehud Barak, who stated on August 7, 2009, that, quote, Israel did not strike at Lebanon's infrastructure hard enough during the summer war of 2006, allow me to repeat, Lebanon's infrastructure hard enough, and emphasized that a future attack would have an even more destructive effect on the Lebanese infrastructure than the July 2006 war? Do I need to remind members of this august body that during its 206 war on Lebanon, over and above the thousands of civilian casualties and hundreds of thousands of displaced people, and as far as infrastructures are concerned, Israel destroyed 91 bridges, damaged 137 roads and 5 airport runways, 58 telephone exchanges and tens of transmission centers, 1514 points of water networks, in addition to tens of reservoirs and pumps, and again, in addition to 929 schools, yes, 929 schools, which were totally or partially destroyed or damaged. And this is without mentioning the bombing of the fuel oil tanks in the geothermal station, which led to the release of over 15,000 tons of fuel oil into the Mediterranean Sea, leading to the contamination physically and chemically of the Lebanese coastline, with serious implications for human health, biodiversity, fisheries, and the economy of Lebanon. Mr. Chairman, what Mr. Barak is promising us with is but more of such acts. That is, acts which are in violation not only of the letter or spirit of Resolution 1701, but which stand against the fundamental principles of the Charter of the United Nations, let alone the rules and principles of international humanitarian law. The credibility of this august body, Mr. Chairman, requires that such threats against my country be also condemned in the strongest words. Thank you, Mr. President.
I thank the representative of Lebanon for his statement. There are no further speakers inscribed on my list. The Security Council has thus concluded the present stage of its consideration of the item on its agenda. The Security Council will remain seized of the matter. The meeting is adjourned.